Okay, if you've been following the blog on RC Universe with regard to converting your air retracts to electric retracts, I've already posted up the code for the Arduino, the sketch that operates the whole thing. This is the setup. You've got the motor shield, Arduino motor shield, mounted on top of the Arduino Uno. They basically just slot together. The Arduino is standard, there's nothing about that other than uploading the code to it. The motor shield needs some slight modifications or some slight additions to it. What you've actually got here is the signal wire that comes from the RC receiver. I've usually put it in channel 5, which seems to be which is generally the gear switch channel. The signal wire is the one on the left, which is the white wire. You may have yellow wires. You could have, I think it's yellow or orange is the other colour that you usually have. The middle wire is the positive terminal, the black one is the negative terminal, the ground. Okay, it's important that the ground is also connected to the ground on the Arduino board. So the black wire goes to the ground, and solder it here onto the pins high enough so that you can actually still get it into the board. On the other side, the signal wire goes to pin 6 on the digital pin side of the Arduino board. Okay. Also connected to the Arduino board is on pin number 7 and pin number 4. That's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pin 4 and 7. These two wires are signal wires, are connected here. There's a bit of a soldering going on here. These are connected to the two wires that go to the retract door servos. Okay, so these two wires are connected to the orange wires here, which also on your servos may be white or could be yellow. The red and brown, respectively, are then connected to a power supply. That power supply is the same power supply that will be used to power up the receiver. Okay, so the ground from this is attached to Arduino board, as will be the ground from the main supply for the board. Okay, other wires, let's just disconnect these, get them out of the way. You have these 3 wires which go to your motors, your gear motors for your retracts. There's just 2 wires in here, not 3. It's they come from B and A, which are the 2 outputs for the motors. So you've got a positive and a negative, positive and negative. What I've actually got is these 2 wires here are linked together, so I'm actually operating on circuit A 2 motors. And if you look in the code, you'll see that the current limit setting is about 500, I think, which is a lot higher, because needless to say, it's reading the current of 2 motors when they stall, they stop, they reach the end stops. This one is just dealing with the nose gear, and that's relatively low at about 300, I think it is. So when that gear stops, it sends the current signal down to AO pin or AO1 pin, and that tells the Arduino to stop the motor. Okay, the final wire that's going into it is, of course, the power supply, which comes from a LiPo, separated. So the power supply for the whole thing of the gear is separate to the power supply that drives all your servos for your controls, etc. So if you run that one dry, you won't lose your controls of the airplane. Okay, and that's basically it. I've doubled these up so you get some decent power supply into it. The ground is the negative, VIN is the positive side. Put it all together, join it all up, make sure you've uploaded the code, the sketch to the Arduino as per what I've posted earlier on the RC Universe site, and you should be kicking. Cheers, thanks, bye.